Okay, welcome to another session in this series. In this session, we start with question number 36. Previously, we ended on question number 35. So in this session, we start with question number 36. Cool. The question says, find the value of 9x in the diagram. So we are trying to find this, which is 9x, okay? So we are trying to find 9x. So, but we know that when we have a triangle, the sum of two interior angles gives us what? The opposite exterior angle. So the sum of this angle and this angle should give us this angle. Okay, so when we sum this and then this, we have what? 9x. So let's do that. So we have x plus 17 plus 2x plus 7 should give us what? 9x. Okay, so we have 24 to be equal to 6x. We can divide both sides by 6 to cancel out 6, so we can find x. Okay, 6 cancel 6, so x give us what? 4, right? But what we're trying to find is what? 9x. So 9x is equal to 9, 4, which is 36. And that is our answer, which is B. Okay, let's move on to question number 37. It says, in the diagram above, below, this angle MNR is what? 124. NRO, this angle is what? 36. And in OQ, this line bisects this angle, which is what? ROP. So this line OQ here is a what? Bisector of this angle. So what that means is, if this here is x, this is also what? X. So let's put it there. This is also x, because we've been told that this OQ is a what? Bisector. That means it divides that angle into 2. Okay, so here is x and here is also x. Cool. All right, now the question says you should find the value of x. Wow. All right, looking at this triangle, we can say that if we are able to find these two angles, then we'll be able to find this whole angle here. Okay, how is that possible? Because we know that the sum of two interior angles should give us what? The opposite exterior angle. Okay, cool. So if you're able to find this angle and this angle, and we add them together, they should give us what? This whole angle. Okay, cool. Now, how do we find this angle? We already know this, so we don't have to worry about that. How do we find this? This angle plus this angle should give us what? 180, because they are on a straight line. Okay, angles on a straight line add up to 180. So 124 plus, let's just do the subtraction at once. So this angle is what? 180 minus 124, which will give us what? 56. Okay, cool. Now, as we said, this angle plus this angle should give us this whole angle, which is what? X plus x. So 36 plus 56, which we got from here, okay, should give us x plus x, which we got from here, x plus x. Okay, so we have 2x is equal to 92. Okay, so x will give us what? 46. All right, so x is 46, which is C. All right, cool. Let's move on to question number 38. The question says, find the value of x in diagram above. So we need to find which angle, sorry, which value? X here. Now, looking at this diagram, we've been given that these two lines, PQ and RQ, are what? Similar in magnitude, because these lines have been drawn, which means they're the same. Okay, so this line and then this line are the same. That means we form what? An isosceles triangle. And in an isosceles triangle, two of the angles are the same, okay? The angles that are opposite the angle formed by those two equal lines, okay, are what? Equal. So if this angle is A, then here will also be what? A. Okay, cool. Now, if we add this angle and this angle, we should be able to get what? The opposite exterior angle, right? Now, also in a triangle, the angles add up to what? 180. So when we add A plus 70, we should have what? 180. So let's find A. So A plus 70 should give us 180. So 2A is equal to 110. If we divide both sides by 2, finally we have A to be what? 55. So we can put it there, 55. Okay? Now, our work becomes very simple because we know that if we add this angle and this angle, we should get what? Our opposite exterior angle. Interior angle, when we sum them, we get what? Opposite exterior angle. Okay? Cool. So let's do that. We have 55 plus 70 should give us 3x minus 25. So when we solve the equation, we have 3x would give us 150. Let's divide both sides by 3. 3 will cancel out. Then finally, we have our x to be what? 50. So that is our answer, 50, which is B. Okay, let's move on to question number 39. Question number 39 says the sum of interior angles of an n-sided polygon is 3,420 degrees. Find the value of n. What is the equation for finding the sum of interior angles? It is what? 180 and minus 2. Okay, so we have been told that the sum of interior angles of an n-sided polygon is 342. So that means this is equal to what? 342. So we'll be asked to find what? The value of n, which is this one. Okay, so let's divide both sides by 180. Okay, so we can cancel 180 out from this side. Okay, so we can cancel 180. Then we'll have n minus 2. When you divide this, you can try to use a calculator, but when you do the division, you get what? 19. Okay, so n will go to 19 plus 2, which is equal to 21. So our n is 21, which is D. Okay, all right. I think we'll have to stop here for now. Thank you so much for watching. In the next session, we'll move on to question number 40. Thank you so much for joining this session. See you again next time. Bye.